Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more the Dawnless Days, Lord of the Rings mod for Attilla Total War. We're at war with Rohan and the Scourge, whatever it was called, of Rohan. I still can't remember how exactly it was phrased. And it's funny, I have all three Lord of the Rings, well, technically I have 4 Lord of the Rings books, like, within arm's reach of me. However, it would take a while to get to the actual, or to actually find the exact wording I'm looking for, but regardless, we don't have time to waste. We need to keep moving, and the war machine needs to keep churning, as it were. Okay, first and foremost, big problem over here. Well, big problem in terms of the number of units, yes. Big problem in terms of the quality of units, not so much. As you can see, Rohan is mainly focused on recruiting the largest army known to mankind of Tier 1 units over in Hornburg. Meanwhile, I'm going to use that. I'm going to sit on the river over here very, very briefly and recruit 2 onagers to my army. And that's about it, I think, right? That'll put me at 15 out of 20 units. I could get some more hill wardens. Just absolutely nuke my income even further, right? Yeah. How much do these oranges cost? I'm sorry, they cost 345 per onager. Never mind, we're just going to get 1. 1 is enough. 1 is enough. And I've absolutely nuked our income, but in my defense, look at the size of this thing. So, yeah, next turn. I had no idea they were within movement range of us. No idea whatsoever. I'm tempted to retreat. I shall indeed retreat. Okay. Well, we now have Uruk Fury. That's excellent. Let's go this way, see what we can find. Oh, shockingly more Rohan settlements. Yeah, look, technically speaking, I could recruit 1 more unit and then try and fight this. Can I win? I don't think so? Question mark? But I could get them to do something stupid. Like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. What are the defenses looking like over here? Not the best, but better than what I currently have. Can I get them to attack me while recruiting an onager? Because if I can get them to attack me over here, that puts me in a slightly better position. Because I'd rather be on the defensive, and yeah, they would get like 3 more units, but I don't think that would make too much of a difference overall. And if they decide to attack Isengard, we're going to have one of the coolest battles ever. And I mean, look at the garrison of Isengard. That is with an onager as well. Like, these are proper Uruk-hai we get to fight with. Tier 3, Tier 4 infantry, they will chew their way through all of this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so they are going after my army instead. Yeah, but as you can see, this is going to be a little bit better. I have a couple of extra troops. Oh, mind you, so did they. And they arrived with an extra general, but it's not just that, it's the terrain as well that I have an advantage in. Okay, so I'm going to save this right here. And then I'm going to go... I'm wondering, what does auto result give me? Oh, it doesn't say, does it? Right. Wrong game, sorry. But that looks like a victory to me if I've ever seen one, right? With an auto resolve, so there's that at least. Plus, I think the terrain is going to minimize the effectiveness of their cavalry too. However, I don't expect this to be an easy fight, and I expect it to be a slaughter, really, on both sides. No two ways about it. Okay, so here we go. We saw how the enemy defended the settlement in the previous episode. Now we're going to see how I defend the settlement. And it's going to be very different. So I have barricades. Right, you just click to deploy them. Okay, I mean, I guess I can deploy them over here if they go around to slow them down a little bit, but then barricades are not going to make much of a difference. Okay, archers, however, are. We're going to need to deploy them carefully. So one. They're too thick, and I don't mean that in a good sense. From over here, this should be a good position for archers as well, right? Yeah, in fact, you know what? I'm going to put my better archers up here. Oh, yes. That is going to be good. Okay, and then all our effort must be focused on holding these areas. Specifically the watchtowers, right? Because everything else is not really that important as holding the watchtowers. I'm going to put the cavalry over here with the express and only purpose to flank around the enemy and get to the enemy archers. Because they have nothing but mustard archers, and I can sort of break into that relatively easily. Now, over here, I'm going to have to rearrange the defenses a little bit, probably. And then you are going to be the reserve force. You are going to be the reserve force over here, meaning you have to go up ahead. Not ideal, but okay.
Get your bows.
Okay, and then is there anyone I haven't deployed? This unit. I'm okay with this unit being the emergency reserve in case the enemy flanks around this way. Okay, begin the battle. It's not looking good. I've completely forgot about this Mordor rabble unit. That's okay, they can pull back in over here, and then if need be, I can deploy troops down there and down there from the top of the hill. God, if I had an Oranger and I can put it here and I can, you know, shoot them at a distance, it would do some damage at this point, but didn't have enough time to recruit it. Let's see what they do, though. Oh, I am wondering. The people, they are Rohan citizens running for their lives. Well, the enemy does draw near, and so far we have killed not a single unit of the enemy. Okay, luckily for me, they are charging into spearmen with their cavalry. In their infinite wisdom, Rohan's generals have decided that the best course of action is to charge headfirst into the best unit of spearmen Isengard can afford and recruit at this time. So, for a grand total of 0 killed tribesmen, wildlings, whatever you want to call them, although that's more of a Game of Thrones term, I suppose. For a grand total of 0 killed, they have managed to do absolutely nothing. Lovely. They might have more success on this flank, though. I am ready to admit that. Okay. Cavalry, time to move. General being under attack and all that is not the worst thing in the world. The longer these watchtowers stay up, the more havoc they can wreak on the enemy lines, because casualties like that build up, you know? Casualties absolutely build up. Alright, so you're spearmen too, and you're relatively good spearmen. Let's charge you in there as well. And then I think now is the correct time. Charge over there, but as you can see, we're not doing much, we're just holding the line, and that's all we need to do. Now, once we've used up all of our arrows, then we can start talking about an alternative plan. Wow, that was a lot of casualties for no reason. Around and in to the archers. This line is holding about 5 times better than I thought it would. And I do not mean that sarcastically, I mean that very literally. In fact, it's holding out so well I'm going to send reinforcements to it. Ahaha. Well, no, because look at all the... They've focused their entire attack on this line, so... Like, what am I... Where exactly am I supposed to use the rest of my forces? I use this reserve force. Okay, we have an opportunity to do something with some of the better units in our arsenal. Question is that going to be worth it? Probably not. But moves like this won Rome the war against Carthage, okay? And I understand that this is not perhaps the most fitting of examples, given that we're in a fictional universe, but this is exactly what Scipio Africanus did. Took command of a small elite force of units, went around the back of the enemy, and won one of the most important battles in Africa for Rome, thus earning him the nickname, right? And so that's exactly what I intend to do. Surround the enemy. An impenetrable wall of spears over here, and then elite fighting forces in the rear. It's just doing their thing, right? What are the archers doing? You are about to ruin the battle for me. Please stop, okay? I have carefully constructed this strategy to make sure it works. So please, for the love of God, I'm gonna whip them into shape. God, I love that that is actually a button now. Yeah, we're gonna whip them into shape and no rest for the wicked, no rest for my cavalry. Attack these guys. Mortal rabble can just stay back for now. I mean, I'm no military expert, but it looks like we are absolutely slaughtering them to me. The only unit that's lost a significant amount of men is this light wildling cavalry. Tribesmen cavalry. I'm going to start calling them tribesmen. But that is sort of to be expected. They were... Well, that was just their job, let's just say it like that. Okay, we are in danger of losing the general here. Because they just charged him with their own forces, and that is somewhat of a problem. I am hoping, however, that the 2 Uruk-hai raiders from the flank will turn the tide and provide a little bit of extra oomph in there to deal with the enemy. Just occasionally glance over on the right to make sure we're not being flanked and someone's going to take this from us, but no, everything's fine. Okay, ruffians are going to have to go in as well. And I mean, it's an interesting battle. Let's get down there and see what's going on. We are almost running out of arrows, too. Yeah, we're pretty much trading blow for blow here. As you can see, the casualties are starting to pile up on our side. As long as the general doesn't die, I am extremely satisfied with the performance of our soldiers. Extremely satisfied. And in fact, if I can pull him out... I literally just stated that. I literally just said, if we can just get the general to stay alive. Oh my god, and then someone's retreating. I don't see anyone retreating. That is false information, goddammit. Okay, look, fair enough, we lost the general. In my defense, I don't see another way of winning the battle. I really don't. Wait, is it these guys that I've... No, that's mostly Rohan troops there on the ground. I believe I left a unit of spearmen here. And I no longer see them. Well, at least their general has fallen as well. That's it. There's the cascading rout. Boom. Vital victory, absolutely. Right? Absolutely. However, we did lose... Ugluk, one of the rare few named units, rare few named generals of Saruman's army. I don't see how else I could have won this, though. I mean, I pulled him out at around half strength of his bodyguards. I think that was just unfortunate that he died. Yeah. It's a crying shame, that, but what can we do? What can we do? Okay, you can actually see the speed of our units being better than the enemy actually making a big difference. Apparently my new favorite word. But all jokes aside, trail of bodies as they exit the battlefield, very, very important. Without this step of running the enemy down, I would be in trouble. Because I still need, you know, I still need to get rid of this army. One defeat is not going to do them in. I still need to win the battle properly. Or win the war, I guess, not the battle itself is won for sure, but do need to finish it, shall we say. Okay, heroic victory, there we go. One of my finest, there I say so, in Attilla Total War, given the fact that I have not played this game much at all, but still, I would say this was extremely, extremely effective, and extremely important. Okay, we're definitely going to reorganize, let them retreat, and then beat them down afterwards, and in go my allies. Thing is, though, I can now use Saruman himself, or I can even use Lurtz. I'm gonna use Lurtz, I'm not gonna use Saruman. I'm gonna save Saruman for later. Yeah. However, we did kill the enemy general in return. Theodred of Rohan is dead, and so is Eomer! We killed Eomer! Okay, lovely, 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 lovely. This was absolutely worth it then, if that is the case. Okay, and we have, in my modest opinion, a superior general. Again, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Not by stats, although debatable. He is very good given the fact that he's rank 1. Not by stats, maybe, but definitely lore-wise. I mean, come on. The first of the fighting Uruk-hai and the whole scene where he gives him the mark and everything. Come on. Right. Okay, so let's just pick off these stragglers. And a tiny bit of cash back. And then we're going to pick off... Oh, let's not do a night battle because we get reinforcements, yeah. Pick off these stragglers as well. If I didn't have a reinforcing allied army here, I may even do this manually, but I do, so I don't really see the need to manually fight this battle. And then we're going over here. Lovely. Okay. So, tiny bit of repair work needs to be done over here. Well, okay, not so tiny. A little bit of repair work needs to be done over here after the battle. But that is okay. And then I'm wondering... Does Saruman get anything special, like...
Saruman will be pleased.
Indeed. Does he get anything special, like, I don't know, in combat or whatever? That would be cool if he did. Well, anyways, end turn. Unassigned followers to Mog. Oh, right, Mog. He's the governor, so we gave him an engineer. Construction wouldn't be bad. Isengard influence is good. Tax is also good. Yeah. Need Isengard influence because it's decreasing for some reason, despite the fact that I've conquered another settlement here. And I can see that it's decreasing somewhere. Here, right? Yeah, now it's increasing. Okay. Yeah, see, good. This is the thing that I was looking for. Corruption minus 2%. You see that corruption number right there? Bane of my existence. This is one of the most... Is it? No. Let me rephrase. This is my most hated mechanic in all of Total War. Period. As in, from Total War Rome, the original, to whatever the last one that they released was that isn't Warhammer 3. Right? Out of all of the Total War games that I've ever played, and I haven't played only a couple of them, I played Troy, but not much, and I haven't played. The only one I haven't played was Kingdoms, the one set in Britain, right? Yeah. Out of all of the games, this is my most hated mechanic, and I'll explain to you what it does. Very simply put, the more settlements you have, the larger your corruption is. Oh, Juggernaut, how do you fight corruption? You don't. Yes, there are characters, technologies, and buildings that reduce it a little bit, fair enough, but it's an ever losing battle, right? This gets bad. Let me show you, I mean, I can't show you right now how bad it gets, but corruption at 2%, right? Let's say we take over all of this. Corruption is going to climb to like 30-40%. Now, I don't know if it's the same in this mod. If it isn't, praise be to the mod authors. If it is, damn it. I had a game in Rome 2 that I played where I conquered most of the map. I want to say like 70% of it, maybe 60% of it. And I was on the verge of acquiring the max level of, what was it, Dominion or Authority or whatever, the max level of the country size, which unlocks the final couple of armies that you can recruit and, you know, everything like that, so on and so forth. In fact, I can show you, I can probably see what it's called over here, right? Dominance. Well, no, it's called Dominance here. I'm pretty sure it wasn't called Dominance over there, but it was the same thing, just had a different name, right? It's exactly the same mechanic, just had a different name. So, what happened? I go from this bustling empire that has like, whatever, 30,000 income per turn. I take one settlement, which tips me over to the next tier of empire, and now I'm even grander and bigger. And my income goes down to a negative 10,000. Why? Let me 98% corruption. Which means, for every 100 denarii that I earn as a Roman, 98 get lost due to corruption. 98! Suffice it to say, I was not pleased with this mechanic. Yeah? Not in the slightest. But I then spent about 5 days trying to look for a way to remove it from my save file. Couldn't. The mod that I was that removed corruption, I think, at the time of playing was out of date. And the other mod that I found didn't work on save files. So, suck it up, Juggernaut. Your empire's now bankrupt. Because you conquered a settlement. Yeah. I know, right? But, what can we do? Okay, so make sure we don't use these hill wardens, because very heavily depleted. Get the archers like so. The Urukai raiders like so. And then we're going to try and not use Lurtz too much, but he will be an important part of our attack here. Now, can't really tell what the range on this thing is. Ah, there it is, okay. I want to see who's manning the Onangers. Thought they might have forgotten, because, you know, it's a siege unit, and thought they might have forgotten to give it the proper crew, but no, there it is. I'm a little bit disappointed that it isn't the Ballista, because the Ballista's, especially if you played other Lord of the Rings, the Third Age themed games, that's more of a Isengard thing, but maybe we unlock it later, and this is just the earliest stage of siege weaponry. In fact, if I had to guess, that's probably the case. Anyways, start the battle. We have a lot of work to do. I'm going to use regular rocks, right? Yeah.
This is my gift.
Okay. Okay. We did not need more than one onager. Absolutely not. I just need to take out the towers. That's all I want to do. And one onager is going to do that. Just fine. Takes like 2 shots to take out a tower. Well, granted, they are just wooden structures. Not much structural stability there. I think one well-placed rock at the foundation will just send the entire thing toppling, but regardless.
The tower has been destroyed.
Well done.
Well.
Okay, this one's a bit further away and the angle's a bit off, so it's going to take a little bit more work. Okay, so as we advance, this tower is going to be the next problem, right? And then I think afterwards we have like this little fort over here, but it's not... it's kind of far away. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, let's put the onagers there. It's gonna take a while, this battle, I admit, but it's alright. Move everyone up by a tiny bit. Try not to damage the settlement too much. We're shockingly low on anything resembling an economy. Okay, I need one more rock to hit. And they overextended with their archers, so... Ooh, they overextended with 2 of their archer units.
The enemy has been spotted.
Well, either that or I don't see the rest of the army behind them, but either which way, positioning's all wrong. Infantry in front, archers behind, right? That's going to get caught out. For at least a little while, just make sure these guys don't get there in time to start attacking us. A lot of the horsemen got stuck, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna lose some horses. That's okay though. Still firing at that tower. Unfortunately. It's not down yet. Let's get some archers on that and take out the remainder of those over there, presenting some problems to our men. I think we can storm the settlement frontally now as well, that we have this engagement happening. And that'll be good too. Okay, you go after them, you go after them, and you in the rear. Okay, now we've taken out the yeoman as well. It's yeoman, right? It's not yeoman. I'm mispronouncing that. I don't like doing this, but I think I can take over the fort without too much difficulty. You done with the... Yeah, they're done with the tower. Yeah, this sacrifices a lot of my cavalry to do this, but I would very much like these towers on my side, and generally this whole part of the map sort of kind of dealt with. See if we can't get some arrows shooting this way, and let's move up the onagers in case. Well, no, let's move up the onagers so they can shoot at the enemy heavy cav that's guarding the town center. That's going to be the biggest problem for us. But overall, the battle's going swimmingly, I would say. Oh yeah, absolutely. We've lost, like, what, a dozen of our men, and we've cleaved our way through half the enemy army. With, I would say, like, 2/3 of it retreating, and the other third being archers. Yeah. We've absolutely cleaved our way through all of this. This is good. The only problem is this unit. It's tier 4 heavy melee cavalry unit. It's going to cause a lot of damage unless I can get rid of it with some creative means. By that I mean, not even archers are going to do much against it, to be fair. Not even archers are going to do much. I need these onagers to hit the King's Company unit. These guys can start shooting it, though. Okay. And behold. No damage. I knew this would happen. Look. I mean, okay, that was just the first volley or two, and a lot of the arrows aren't even hitting their mark, but even if they were, right? Even if they were, very little to no damage. Though, I may be moving the skirmishers, moving these guys from the other side. Maybe I can get something done. Okay, we killed one. One whole horseman. And to be brutally honest with you, I couldn't tell if it was the onager or if it was the archers. Nah, if it was the onagers, I would be able to tell, like so, when they like knock out 10 in a row. Yeah. But look at this, volley after volley of arrows, and practically nothing is happening. Now, as much as I love the fact that we're burning the entire village down as we're attacking it, I would prefer if we didn't. I would prefer to capture it intact. However, we are Isengard, that's not exactly an option for us, so... Look at this, man, the onagers are the only ones doing damage to that cavalry unit. That is hilarious. I don't care about this rabble unit. I know it's getting hit by the mustard archers, but that's what it's there for. It's literally what it's there for. I really don't care what happens to it. It'll replenish super quickly, and it's not even like that. It's not even that important. I'm gonna try and hit them with a fire projectile. I don't know if fire projectiles are less accurate. They were in like most Total War games. I think that's... It doesn't say that they are here, at least. So, yeah. That looks more or less the same to me. Oh, come on. We need, like, one to land in the middle and we'd be alright. all the arrows in the world, and we're not exactly doing much, are we? Okay, tell you what, you two can retreat. Then everyone except you attack him, and you two can go after the archers because it's a softer target. And I want to send my cavalry after the archers as well, but
They're capturing a victory point. The general has fallen. Our
okay, good.
victory is yours.
Weakening them was the key point there. Because actually killing the general's bodyguard is a nightmare, but not fire arrows, bombarding them with explosive, fiery rocks, arrows, then a massive melee charge breaks their morale, and, you know, onwards we go. Alright, 300 casualties for a whole new settlement. Not bad at all. Let's loot and occupy this time. Because I get the feeling that, yeah, I don't need this. And I do not need this either. So that was definitely the correct choice as far as I'm concerned. And behold, the Fangs of Orthanc have leveled up once again. I think we definitely need the silver banners of the New Dawn, right? Although the movement speed is really good and has been proving useful. But having more of it, I don't think will be too big of a... I don't think it will be that big of a deal. Yeah. And, I mean, we already have the edict. For some reason we were able to plop it down on Isengard despite the fact that we don't have the whole region secured, but hey, I'm not going to complain. It did literally keep us afloat. So... campaign line of sight and enemy morale lowered. That's not bad at all. Although I like the blacksmith a little bit more, maybe. Melee defense. Okay, so we could recruit a couple of more units if we need them. I think recruiting these two would financially ruin me, so... guess what? It's not happening. But we've dealt a significant blow to Rohan. Now I need to head towards Edoras and see how they're doing rebuilding. Not great, I would say. Right. Oh, enemy killed in battle. Yeah, of course. Now, please don't tell me that you're going to besiege Hornburg, take it, and then I'm going to have to siege it from you instead of sieging it from the other guys, because that would be... well, that would be a bit... no. Okay, let's get a trade agreement with you. You don't want a military alliance with me. Okay, well, the trade agreement helped with
The White Hand will not be stopped.
yeah, the trade agreement helped with the finances. Unfortunately not, maybe not as much as I would like it to, but it did. And then these two for this settlement. Although... No, yeah, we have that building already. Yeah, this is next. Control in the Gap of Rohan is terrible. We're gonna have a revolt. Can I please find out why? Events -6, instability -9, non-faction influence, and then banditry. Well, I mean, it's not the end of the world. But we definitely need History of the Ring now, and I think for a while we're going to go down the civic path. I do need to take over Fesburg. Faceburg? Faceburg, I think. But generally speaking, I need a lot of money. First and foremost. Okay, how's our influence doing? Is it increasing? Yeah. Apparently significantly so, too. There's a little bit of devastation in the province, and control is perilous, which increases recruitment cost massively. I did not know it did that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's good to know, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to need to do this battle manually, and I will leave it for the next episode, because it's been a while already. It's a big settlement, it's a big garrison in there. I did get to replenish my forces a little bit that one turn, and it's okay. I mean, it's not going to be overly difficult, given the fact that these are mostly low-tier troops and they don't have a governor in there. And I have onagers, and it's probably a smaller settlement, so all of that works to my advantage. It's going to be an easier battle than for Dunsled, but still, I need to do it manually, because otherwise I'm going to take way too many casualties. Let's move the spy over here now that I know what's in Hornburg. Do they have maybe a reinforcing army mustering somewhere further down south? Or it's not really south, it's further to the east. Not quite. Alright. Good. Well, in that case, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please do remember to like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned with the rest of the content that I produce on the channel, and of course with this series. I will see you all next time. Until then, have fun, take care, and don't let the Urukai get you.